And so that brings us to our special section of today. And as we were talking about, stress effect on the body and how it can decrease the immunity and how it can decrease the concentration, I thought it would be great to share one of the natural remedies that can help modify our stress reaction and help us focus better. A lot of patients or my clients, when they're struggling with those things, I recommend different tools. One of the tools is called L Theanine. So I would like to share what I share with my clients so people who are listening could also benefit. Would you like to hear about it?
I would love to hear about that. Thank you.
All right. Most of the time, there are different parts of us that gets affected when we are struggling with stress and burnout. Our body gets affected, our mind gets affected, and our soul also gets affected. And so we need to address different parts of the body. And if you have already read my book, Stress to Joy, or taken the course, Stress to Joy 21-day online course, you may be aware of a lot of power of thought training that Nicole was talking about, mindset training that I call thought training, where we go deep into how to change our inner perspectives so that we are able to transform stress to joy. Well, many times when the chronic stress is going on for some time, our body's capacity to address the stress biologically also gets affected. So there are certain natural supplements that we can use to enhance our body's capacity. In this series of specials, I've been talking about different tools. One of the tools that is my favorite tool is called L Theanine. Now, what is L Theanine? It is a chemical that is part of the green teas. Sometimes when you say, okay, when I drink green tea, I feel relaxed. Have you heard that? Yeah, so green tea has two major components. One is caffeine, which kind of gives you the energy and kind of activates you. But the other one is L-theanine. And so L-theanine if there are three major health benefits. One is that it helps to calm down your brain waves. So when you're really, really active and stressed out, your brain waves are very, very fast, delta waves. And so then when you take the L-theanine, it calms down the brain waves, brings them more alpha waves, like what you can create by doing meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The second thing it does is it allows you to, because it is calming down the brain waves, it helps you to focus better. So, when you're really stressed, it's very hard to focus on things and get things done. So by calming the brain, it allows you to focus better. And the third thing it does is it helps reduce a chemical in your saliva called IgA. Not reduce, but it prevents it from decreasing. So let me share one of the studies they did with L-theanine. So you know how when people go for an exam, or especially mathematics type of exam, their body's stress reactivity goes up. So what they did was they took a group of people. Before their mathematics exam, they gave one group of people L-theanine and other group of people placebo. Like sugar pill. And so not sugar pill, but placebo means not active medication. And so what they observed was the people who received L-theanine, their heart rate did not go up as much as the people who did not get it.
Wow.
And their IgA is a chemical in your saliva that is immunoglobulin that helps protect you from infections. So people who did not receive L-theanine, their IgA level went down. So people who did receive L-theanine, their IgA level did not go down as much. So it kind of protects against infections, and so it boosts immunity. So now L-theanine is used for calming anxiety, improving your concentration, and boosting your immunity. So there are many preparations available in the market. The dose that is used for like generalized anxiety is higher than the stress reactivity. So sometimes you have to go as high as 200 milligram 2 to 3 times a day. But for stress, sometimes 50 or 100 milligram is also used. Sometimes people ask, why would I just take L-theanine? Why not just take caffeine? green tea, because it has the L-theanine. Green tea is great in the small amount, but if you try to get that high dose of L-theanine with the green tea, then there was so much of caffeine also that you would be really affected negatively. And most of the people tolerate it pretty well, but there is a couple of patients have complained about feeling a little headache, and so I always watch for it. And before I wrap up this session, I want to kind of clarify, not everything works for everybody, and so it may not work for you. But the way to assess if it is working or not working is, many times my patients would say, hey, I've been taking it for a month and it is not working. And then I say, okay, go ahead and stop it. And when they stop it, and then they realize, oh, no, I really think it was helping me. I was so much more focused, and I was more calmer, and I was not feeling as anxious. And I've had patients who tell me, they used to have this chest pain from anxiety, and that also went down by taking the L-theanine. So what I would recommend is that keep a chart every day, note how your anxiety is, how your concentration is, how your sleep quality is, and then monitor it every day, and then stop, and then keep monitoring and see if there's a difference between the days when you take it versus the days you don't take it. I hope that would help people who would like to use this natural supplement that is easily available. If anybody wants to order it through our pharmacy, we are associated with the Green Pharmacy. We'll put the link in the description so you can order the exact product I'm talking about. And if you have any questions, please feel free to send the questions to the questionnaire link that is part of the description. We cannot give you any specific medical advice unless you are in treatment, but we can provide general guidance, especially answering the questions in these specials. So let me end today's session with thank you, Nicole. Thank you, everybody who attended. And let me leave you with this question. You have heard many techniques today. It's your choice now to so I'm asking you today, what are you going to choose? Are you going to stay stuck in the patterns that you have developed and keep moving towards the burnout until you completely get burned out? Or are you going to take steps today to start implementing some of these tools so you can prevent a lot of unnecessary suffering and be the best, perform at your highest level, enjoy hope, health, and happiness? Remember, every day is a new day, a new opportunity to make new choices. Make choice wisely. Stay safe and healthy. Till next time, Dr. Rozina.